Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quivz here. Quivz does stuff. In the most recent Astroneer update, they added Galastropods, pet snails that you can use to give your character certain kinds of buffs. Now, initially I did a live stream where I started a new survival game and found my first Galastropod, went through the process of how to acquire one. If you'd like to see how to do that, you can see that in a video available on my YouTube channel, which you're watching this on. However, I then realized, I continued that survival game offline and then realized, wait a minute, there's a creative mode in this game. So, jumping into creative, I have produced all the different Galastropods and all their different foods. So, Galastropods are these little cool snails that can be petted as well. They each do different things. This one plays hide and seek and finds it very amusing. They do have multiple voice lines as well. I say voice lines, but laughs and weird noises that they make. Now, as you can see, it lives in a terrarium. To create the terrarium, you first need to discover the shells on their appropriate planet. This one comes from Silver, so this planet. Once you've discovered enough of the shells, the terrarium will be available at your landing pad, so you must have a landing pad available either on that planet, or you can go to another planet to collect the terrarium and bring it back to the appropriate planet. It will then require you to put in one full canister of soil. One full canister of soil. What else was it? There will be one resource, normally a refined resource, required from the planet in question. So, for example, on Silver, it requires zinc. Zinc is available on Silver and DeSolo, I believe, and otherwise you can't get it. So, for example, DeSolo requires tungsten, because tungsten, like DeSolo, is the first planet where you get wolframite, which can be refined into tungsten. Now, what was it? Soil.
1 hour later.
Oh yes, and a seed from a particular plant. It's normally a pretty easy to find plant, normally something on the surface of the planet. 9 out of 10, I haven't found ones that are below the surface, but I imagine that that is possible. Having not been through the entire of survival to check for each different kind, I've only gotten as far as Calidor. I can't speak to whether you will find underground ones. Once you've done that and filled up the terrarium, you need to make a trumpet horn. A trumpet horn's pretty cheap. It costs 1 resin. You can make it on your backpack. If you follow the missions for getting the Galastropods, you will get a free trumpet horn for the first one on Silver anyway. And then you'll get the schematic for the trumpet horn as well, so you won't need to research it yourself. Attach the trumpet horn to the top of the empty terrarium. Well, I say empty, but it'll have the terrain in it. And a little almost cutscene will play. The camera will be taken away from your control and will zoom in, and a Galastropod will appear. You walk over to the Galastropod while the trumpet is playing on top of the terrarium. It will continue to play. I recommend picking the terrarium up. It's not actually essential that you do so, but when you finish this, you're going to need the terrarium near to the Galastropod. So pick it up and carry it with you. It continues to play the music. Once you get there, you need to emote at the Galastropod. Now, I haven't found that any emote fails, so long as you use dances. So I use the dances. I haven't tried any other emotes, but if you use any dance, it appears to work fine. Dancing near one makes them react again once they're in there. Anyway, once you've danced for them 3 times, so the first time you dance for them, they'll be happy, then they'll disappear, and they'll reappear somewhere further in the distance. So look around. They are marked on the map, like beacons are, for example. They'll have a little white thing with an icon on top of them. It does make them easy to find. Walk over, emote to them again. Do this 3 times. It might be more for more advanced Galastropods. Once again, I don't know. I haven't got past DeSolo. But once you've done this 3 times, the option to befriend the Galastropod will appear on the terrarium. So place the terrarium on the ground, hold F, and you'll befriend the Galastropod. He'll turn up inside the terrarium, and you'll have this. Now, each Galastropod also has a favorite food, normally also that comes from their planet. So, again, Sylvie's favorite food is the mutant hispine, so that is this back here. Now, you can feed them any seed from any plant. They eat the seeds of the plant, not the research specimens, the seeds. You can feed them any seed, but the amount of time that they stay happy, and there is an indicator on the top of this. This is actually a circular pie graph bar thing that depletes as the happiness of your Galastropod decreases. Feeding them their favorite food makes that bar last the longest. Feeding them anything else still works, they're just not as happy as they would be with their favorite food. Now, each one does something different. So, in the case of Sylvie, he greatly illuminates an area. Now, that'll be easier to demonstrate if we take him down below. So let's just make a quick descent into darkness. I said quick. Yeah. Limits of the walking while terraforming. Okay. So, I mean, it's not that dark down here with your torch on, but it's not great either, right? So let us feed Sylvie. His mutant hispine seed, his favorite. And he illuminates the entire area. I think this is better than a work light. At the moment, I am using only Sylvie. I keep him on me at all times. Or her, I'm not really sure. Sylvie sounds like a girl's name, doesn't it? I keep it on me at all times because that is a lot of light. If you ask me, it's better than a work light. It is a fantastic thing to use. So that's Sylvie. Let's return to the service. Now, some of these I haven't explored yet at all. Like I said, I've gotten as far as Calidor, and I've used the Caledorian one whose name I can't remember. Right. That's Sylvie. That's Sylvie's food. Done. The next one, Usagi. That's Japanese, I believe. Looks like this, the blue one. This is his pet reaction. He does a little head banging dance. See, like I said, they have different noises. His favorite food is also mutant hispine. Now, what Usagi does anywhere on the planet, so you don't need to carry Usagi around with you, you just need to put him on the planet, feed him a seed, he'll become happy, and then bring up your compass and walk around. There might not be anything nearby on Silver, I don't know. So what Usagi actually does is he will bring up points of interest on the compass. So exodynamic research crates with the exochips in them, those will be marked. Gateways are already marked, I think. There we go, there's something. Two things. See, so they come up, they look like Usagi's icon. And when you get close enough, oh wow. Cool. Hell of a base, that. I've never seen this one before. That's pretty amazing. Damn. That's awesome. What is it? It's a crazy landing pad. That's gnarly. Anyway, I've never seen that before, but, oh well, you know, it's not hugely important to read. Yeah, so Sylvie marks these things for you. So any sort of unique objectives or useful items, etc., etc. Sylvie will mock. And you don't have to carry... Not Sylvie. Usagi will mock. And you don't have to carry him with you. So long as he stays on the planet and is fed, they will just turn up on your compass rose. Anything that has been revealed on your compass rose will stay there. So if you then take Usagi off planet, those things that were already revealed will stay revealed. But it will not reveal any more if he's not actually on the planet. Look at that light source. Sylvie is amazing. That's so much light. Now the next one I cannot demonstrate. Yes, I can. Excellent. Turn off free oxygen. Right. So my oxygen meter will be depleting. Stilgar. Stilgar passively produces oxygen. So I'm going to demonstrate this in two ways. First way, what was his seed again? Mutant volatile attractor seed or mutant spiny attractor seed. So sometimes there's these two and they're basically the same, which is why I put both examples here. So you need one of these. I believe it's that one. Right. So if I feed him, I can tether to it and he provides me with oxygen. Not only that, you can carry him around and he will provide you with oxygen as if he was a portable oxygenator. Don't need the compass rose anymore. So Stilgar, pretty awesome. This is what Stilgar does. Has a bit of a scratch. Yeah. So that's Stilgar. Alright. So now we're getting into the territory of ones that I haven't actually experimented with because I haven't used them. Right, so Princess comes from Visania. While carrying the backpack prevents all forms of damage aside from suffocation. So yeah, so from what I've heard, you can't get hurt. Let's turn invincible off and invisible to hazards off. Not that I'd need both of them. But let's say I was to use creative to fly. You die. But, assuming this works as I expect it to work, let's just grab my seeds that I prepared earlier. Here's one we prepared earlier. Now, I think it has to be slotted into the backpack. Yep, so we slot her into the backpack and we feed her a mutant noxious cataplant or a volatile cataplant seed. She goes to full happiness. We fly up into the sky. Nothing happens. I like that there is also an indication that something has occurred, like something has prevented you from taking damage. But yeah, so that's Princess. Princess looks like this. And when petted, does this. Very excitable little fellow, girl, whatever. Alright, this is Novus, obviously. Rogel, or at least I'm going to pronounce it as Rogel, produces a significant amount of power. So, I think I can turn power off as well, can't I? Vehicle fuel, unlimited backpack power. Let's just turn everything that isn't creative mode off. Right, Rogel, let's have a look at him first. Looks like that. Does a little dance. On the backpack. Doing... Okay, wait. I need to actually use up my power, so let's... Why do I appear to still have unlimited power? Is it because he's on my backpack? But he's not fed, so I shouldn't have unlimited power. Let's take him off for a second. Let's go out of creative mode for a second. Alright, why am I not draining backpack power? Anyway, he's supposed to produce power. How do I get back into creative mode now that I'm not? Aha. Yes, yes, yes. Flight speed, camera drone. Alright, about to suffocate, so I need to get back to... Well, still go, will do, I guess. Yeah, so it's supposed to provide backpack power. I don't know why I can't get my backpack power to actually deplete. Something to do with starting in creative mode would be my guess. Once you've sort of started in creative mode, apparently it doesn't stop being creative mode for the purposes of backpacks. Let's try a quick... So it makes it... Maybe that'll affect it, who knows. Well, apparently I have unlimited power. Anyway. So Rogel is supposed to give you unlimited power by being fed the same thing, mutant noxious cataplant seed, or the, well, other one. Feed him and he will keep your backpack powered, which, as we've seen in, because I started in creative, I can't actually demonstrate. But anyway, that's what he does. Next, and penultimate, Bestafar, I'm gonna guess, from Glacio. Actually looks more Glacio than I would have expected as well. It looks quite Glacio. That's what he does when he dances. And he takes a boomer, whatever it's called, boomer.
That you could do so
A boomer, whatever it's called, boomer.
Okay, boomer.
Boomerloon seed as his favorite. While attached to the terrain tool, improves its width, boost, and drilling ability. Now, I was in creative and I've turned creative off. So, if I attach him to that and feed him. Yeah, that's substantially bigger. I don't know about faster, but yes, you can see it makes a difference. There's no hard terrain around here, so I can't demonstrate that at the moment. But yeah, so he is a terrain tool manipulation Galastropod. And then last but not least, our friend from Atrox. This is Enoki. So he gives you basically a bunch of stuff to your movement abilities. Increases jump height, sprint speed, and reduces movement penalty for carrying heavy items. So I don't have a heavy item. Yes, I do. There's one over there. I'll go and grab that in a minute. Right. So he looks like this. Kind of like something that comes from Atrox, really. I don't really know what he's trying to do there, but anyway, that's what he does. We'll grab him. We'll just grab some oxygen real quick. Right, so he's on my backpack. This is my normal run speed. That's my normal jump height. This is how fast I can go while carrying an item. Let's feed Enoki. This is how fast I can now go while carrying an item. That's now my jump height. And that's now my run speed. Which is not heaps faster, but it is a lot, well, it's a lot faster. It's not as much faster as I would have thought, but it is a lot faster. You can cross vast amounts of terrain with that. So yeah, those are the new Galastropods. Sorry that this is a bit of a random, not greatly thought out video, but I am doing this just live. Well, not live, but I am recording this and I have no script or anything, so I just made this up. But yeah, so if you were wondering about Galastropods, those are all the Galastropods. I've explained earlier on how to find them, how to acquire them. They are different on each planet. There is one per planet. There's also something a bit more special, a way that you acquire them through the Triton. Titan? Can't remember. There's a ship. You sort of warp in a piece of a destroyed ship that they were actually launched from, the research vessel that was researching them. There are logs on there that gives a bit of a story, and you have to research each one of these. So once you acquire them, you take it back to that crashed ship or the piece of the crashed ship that you've pulled through the rift. Attach them, it does the research on them, you get mission rewards in the form of bytes. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions about Galastropods, please leave them in the comments below. If I find out what they are, what the answers are, I will try to answer them either in the comments or I'll make a future video if that is required. Otherwise, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and definitely hit that notification bell because it's super random when I upload videos and when I go live. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.